Hey, welcome everyone. Today we're going to talk about the types of muscular contractions. So we're going to start with the first one, which is the isotonic movements, which basically have the concentric and eccentric motions. So the concentric motion is where the muscle shortens. So for instance, I'm not showing off my bicep, but I mean, there's no better way to explain the concentric motion, which is when the bicep shortens like that. That's the concentric motion. So when you bring your weight towards you and then the muscle shortens, that's the concentric motion. So that's the most popular way people train. So when they're doing bicep curls, all they do is squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and shorten the muscle. Yeah, so that's about the concentric workout. And then the next is the eccentric, which is the opposite of what I'm doing. So it's the concentric, it's the eccentric motion, which is the muscle is elongating, so it's getting longer. So when you're training, you need to apply the concentric and the eccentric motion. So those are the two isotonic movements, which are basically always both of those training types are in motion. So the next one is the isometric. So there's two types of isometric workouts, which are yielding and overcoming. So with yielding is when you're holding a weight in your hand, right? And you're holding it that way. So the muscle in the isotonic workouts is not moving, so it just remains in a static motion. So you'll be holding your weight like that, and you'll be keeping you'll be holding it for about 4 to 6 seconds to build strength. And then the other type is the overcoming, where you're holding against something, an immovable object. So it's very a weight that is very heavy. So you're not actually. So for instance, this table is immovable. So my bicep remains in the same position. So I'm going to take you through a back workout where I'm showing the concentric and the eccentric movement patterns. So yeah, pay attention. You might learn something. If you've got any questions, leave a comment below. As you can tell from the lat pull downs, this is how the average gym person will be working out. Yeah, so the issue with that is you're only focusing on the concentric motion of the workout. So this is the correct way to do it if you want to get more from your workout. So as you can see, the weight is moving in a controlled fashion, both downwards and giving it a bit of a squeeze at the bottom, and then up. So I'm working on the concentric, isometric, and the eccentric movements. Yeah, so and then I'm going to take you to the T-bar row. As you can see, it's jerking up and down, and yeah, that's the more controlled way to work. So you squeeze up top and then controlled motion, let the weight go, and then squeeze it up. So every movement is thought of. It's not just, like, hey, I need to move this weight, but you need to start moving the weight intelligently. And that also avoids muscular imbalances that are caused by just jerking the weights. And then when you're jerking the weights, you find that other muscles that are not supposed to be working will be contributing. For instance, either your hamstrings in this workout, or your lower back, or you'll be giving it almost like everything, but then that's not the muscle that you're targeting. So you notice my form is a bit elevated, so I'm a bit in an upright position, because if you go too low and you're like almost like parallel to the ground, your back is parallel to the ground, you may be at risk of getting a hernia. So yeah, and then here goes pull-ups. So pull-ups, you'll be jerking up and then letting yourself go down. So best way to work it is controlled upwards, squeeze at the top, and then controlled downwards.